Tonight, Billy, can you...
You're listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
Now go.
We're back.
Did you just call me Queerback?
Queerback Mountain. We're back after what seems like an extended... At some point, a couple weeks ago, I was going through my closet, cleaning shit or folding shit, doing something that I thought needed to be done rather than anything creative. And I saw some article of clothing that I never give to the thrift store, a shirt or something that I never wear that, but it'd be great for Costa Rica. And I folded a few more things and I go, why am I not in Costa Rica? Because of football? Because people will miss me for football? The handful of people that come over for football are the handful of people in town that the original football crew, the handful, the five fingers of we don't own a television. Can we come over and watch the Packers? And I called Chaille, who always has shit to do. And I go, can you think of any reason we're not in Costa Rica right now? And, or anywhere for that matter.
Well, you're forgetting one point, and I don't know if you're getting to this, but it was January 2nd, and we just had about 6 inches of snow dump, which only takes an afternoon to get rid of, but...
It was 2 days of snow.
It was cold.
Yeah, we had a few. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 3 days.
Yeah.
So, Chaille said, nope.
So you were inspired to vacation by laundry?
Yes, basically. And the fact that Chaille, I already called Bingo. I know Bingo doesn't have a full itinerary.
No, got some open space on her calendar.
A little bit. So Chaille said, yeah, sure. You go, hang on. And I got on the computer. I checked, I checked Tahiti.
Ooh.
Which I've never been. I still want to go, but it seems like it's kind of a pain in the ass to get to the good parts. You have to fly to PPT is the airport code, Papit, however you pronounce it. But then you have to take jumper flights that can be just as expensive.
You can't get anywhere without getting on another smaller plane, and then even a boat. Sometimes just a boat. Yeah.
I didn't want to think. I wanted to be somewhere warm. Without snow, I'm sure they'll have football. And then this, I won't even mention that place. Hot tip from a Colombian about a place in Colombia that I'd actually go, kind of like Roatan. I would never go to Honduras. No, it's like the biggest murder fucking capital. But there's Roatan I've been to. It's an island. It's a safe haven off the coast. It's part of Honduras. I've been there. Great. But not Delta. It's like fucking 28 hours of travel to get what would be 6 hours as the crow flies. So I went back to Costa Rica. All right. We know Costa Rica. Fuck it. We'll go to a place we know. And the next day we're fucking gone. It doesn't take long to pack for Costa Rica. Shorts, burner socks, and maybe something for your top.
I saw you were doing laundry. Is there anything that you took that you didn't use or that you should have brought?
The only thing that
now's the time to make the list when it's fresh in your mind.
It's true.
Next time, I'm bringing only one pair of bird dogs.
If you read my book, the last one, This Is Not Fame, buy it now. Keep buying it. I do get checks for that. It's not like all those fuck job DVD specials that you never see a penny of.
Now in paperback.
Yeah.
And available.
Books, they actually pay you. When you buy a book from me on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, I actually see a cut of that. Unlike fucking no refunds. We'll make that into a big deal later in the year. The only thing in This Is Not Fame, I tell one story of the many we have from Costa Rica where I got fucked. And I just shit all over Costa Rica. If it was Thailand with their rules, I could never go back to Costa Rica. The amount I shit on them. But it's been almost 10 years. It's been 9 years. Hey, that banging in the background is the new merch shop.
Yeah.
The merch store.
It's the new wrestling ring that we're putting up outside for a new part of the
built.
podcast.
That's what, when I came up, he's been using a nail gun. I go, are they building that with a 30-06, Jobi? You know calibers. Oh, Jobi's here, and Chad, of course, is here, and Chaille.
I asked you a question. I don't know if you're going to get to it.
Well, the point is, it's been so long since I've done Costa Rica. I even bought backpacks for back in the day when we'd actually go out, on dirt roads and hiking and shit. Those days are over. Roller bag is fine. But the one thing I did forget, which are reading glasses that have the lights on them.
Yeah.
Because it's the four of us in a room. People go to bed early. You wake up at 1:30, can't sleep. You don't want to turn on lights to read. The fucking reading glasses with the little spotlights. That's what I fucked up, because there was a few of those nights.
Nights were weird. I think we'll probably get into that because of that one night where your timing got off.
Go ahead. Start me.
Well, I mean, we would all get drunk. And we didn't go anywhere. We just fucking we were in the room. We had a beautiful place that was
plug the shit out of them. The Flamingo Marina Resort in Flamingo. It's just an hour south of the Liberia airport.
That's a great town.
It is. Flamingo's great.
And it's just up past the little market in Flamingo. So we would never walk up there before because it's hot. You don't want to fucking walk uphill.
The problem is, you know where Uphill Kim and Dave live right here. It's that far away, which
Not far.
Not far at all.
2 or 3 blocks.
No, that's a block. Well, and it's a short
a block uphill and then a block to it.
It's a lot to it.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, it's a block and a lot.
Okay. We agree on that.
A short, small town block, but it's at a fucking 90-degree angle.
How fucking old are we that we're fucking splitting hairs over?
We don't want to go to the Uphill Kim's fucking solstice party because you have to walk, 60 yards straight up, and it's not even that far, but it's at that angle. So Bingo had nothing to do. Bingo doesn't read books. All we did this entire 12 days, I guess we were there, was read books, sunburn on the patio, perhaps the pool. A couple times we went to the beach to sunburn a little bit and then went right back to reading. Bingo doesn't read. So, do you guys need anything from the store?
18 trips to the
Because she's
store.
bored out of her fucking skull. Yes, we do.
Hey, you can get a pack of those eggs at one time. You don't have to get them one at a time. But, hey, I don't want to tell you how to do it. Get some ice.
So what was I leading towards?
Well, our days were pretty routine where we would, you go out on the balcony in the morning or you go eat breakfast and then we come back and I'll take a nap and then read a little. And then if you got hot, you went inside. If you didn't get hot, you go outside. Hey, let's go to the pool. It was just very fun. We didn't have to go anywhere.
Chaille takes naps like an elderly person. Where he'll nap 5 or 6 times a day.
It's what you do.
I'm not against it. I'm jealous.
I told you, my last vacation was in Hawaii last year with my brother. The first vacation taken years. And we podcasted right after that. For 2 weeks, I was so keyed up and doing like Jobi now, constantly on the computer because I've got a lot of stuff with the end of the year sales and stuff like that this time I didn't even take a computer.
He didn't take...
Nice.
So anytime I don't got something in my hands to read,
Well,
and we didn't turn the TV on, but a couple of times we had a jazz station where everything came up in Spanish. We just played a jazz American standards. It was fucking beautiful.
Sounds good.
It was. You don't have to do anything. One meal a day is already there.
The hill fucked me. I don't like that. But I've never been there. You can't rent a donkey or something to drag you up the hill?
To be honest, I didn't see 4-wheelers you could rent.
Right.
The prices have fucking skyrocketed since we were last there in 2011. It's really expensive.
It's Hawaii expensive.
Yeah. And that was one of the places I looked up because Christine Levine was playing in Hawaii. Somehow Christine Levine... She was supposed to be down here for New Year's Eve for Bingo's thing, and then No, get a text. I spent New Year's with Roseanne in Hawaii at
That's
her house playing with her grandkids. Like, how the fuck did you pull that up? Well, I have 3 shows over here. And I'm like, wow, I'm on Expedia right now looking for a place hot to go. And we were going to go there, but we thought too expensive. So we went here, which was just as expensive now.
I think it was a good call. Just because of the, I think it was probably a little bit less expensive because of the hotel room, because of what we got and the people we met. It ended up being, that was great. The people who just got there to run the place.
Yeah.
2 young people from New York. They got there right before us.
Yes,
They've been there for 6 months managing this place, which used to be the place, the Flamingo Marina Resort. Used to be the place that we drop in drunk. I remember me and Becker in Costa Rica, Kevin, I
was there for one of them. Yeah.
With the hookers, where we bought the hookers away from those fucking old men?
No, I have another hooker story, but from the same place. So.
Well, no, that was the casino in between.
It was at the casino, but it was in Flamingo.
There was like 3 or 4 old dudes. I don't know if we knew they were retired Chicago cops or profiled them as retired Chicago cops, but they were being such dicks to these hookers. We had just come from the Flamingo Marina Resort where Becker had his bag of gimmicks and he had like baby doll heads on all his fingers and we're heckling whatever live entertainment they had. And it's a resort and we saw security coming towards us, so we threw ourselves out. Thank you. I'll remove myself, sir.
Oh, you're right.
So then we went down to the next bar, which is a quote-unquote casino, which means it's a tiny dive bar that has roulette at some
couple
hour.
Of tables. It's very tiny. It's not
some
much.
bullshit.
Yeah.
But we were there. We went there after you can't throw us out of this place. And these 4 old fucking Chicago pig, ugly fucking fishermen assholes. They're relentlessly badgering the 2 whores that are at the end of the horseshoe. We're locked eyes with the guys across the horseshoe. They're at the end and they're like, how about it? How about $5, huh? How about $5? It's fucking happy hour and they're making it less than happy. And, we're talking some shit and with them, like subtly to each other. We're talking shit about them. They're talking shit about us, but not making eye contact. So it's somewhat polite. And at some point, I just bought the hookers. I go, listen, we don't need your services, but we'll pay you your rate to come to the next bar where we're staying at the marina just to get away from these fucking assholes. Yeah. And they probably didn't understand a lot, but they understood when I waved cash in their face. So these guys
they
don't
were paranoid the whole night when none of you came in and fucked them. So, what's happening?
In my experiences,
let's say that happened. Let's say we never.
In my experiences with Doug is every time we've tried to do something other than proposition a hooker for what they want to do, which we've never done.
Yeah.
When you want them to do something they're not accustomed to doing, they think they're going to get killed, or this is a sting, or there's something.
Absolutely. When I did that, we were. Oh yeah.
Go ahead. Good.
We were in at the end of that Becker trip in Costa Rica. We were in Flamingo, and I went down to that same casino.
Yeah.
You and Bingo were at your hotel room, so I went down there, and then this hooker starts hitting me up, and like, what do you want to do tonight? I'm like, oh, this is a great idea. Yeah. Okay. This is what I want to do. I want to take you back to my hotel room. She's like, oh, okay. Yeah. I'd like to play some board games. Just the 4 of us. I got a couple of friends there. We're going to play Yahtzee and Scrabble and stuff. And I thought it'd be funny to like take a hooker back, pay her, but just sit and play board games like Scrabble. Like she knows fucking Scrabble. And she looked at me like I was a murderer and she couldn't get away from me fast enough. And so she bolts. She just like panic in her eyes. She bolts. I go back to the hotel room and Bingo knocks on my door. She's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, I got to tell you the story. She's like, let's go down and check it out again. And sure enough, the same hooker is that she's with some fat Chicago beer gut fucking fisherman douchebag. But it's that safe. What I wanted to do was not safe. I just wanted to play board games. That's it.
Well, we tried to get when Chad came on the road with us in Montana, we tried to get an escort on the podcast, and none of them would do it.
Nope, they were up for everything else.
I don't kiss on the mouth or podcast. Even hookers don't want to do your podcast. I won't drive you to LAX, and I won't podcast.
I wonder if you could hire a hooker to walk up the hill to the store for you.
Oh, yeah, go down and get the eggs.
Work.
Yeah.
Sherpa. How do you say Sherpa in Spanish?
I think Tracy pointed this out. She goes, well, we know Flamingo's peaked because there's not even hookers here anymore.
No, it's Flamingos. Really? Yeah, they have
what
Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, and then everything else is dead. The hotel we were in was perfectly dead. Nice. And that was my point, is when we used to go there, it was the resort where you would go to fuck with Margaritaville type people. Even on Expedia, when I booked it, they showed the bar, the monkey bar, with all these bros doing the bro sign. I don't even know what that fucking horns is. The problem is, Chaille, we're going to have to fucking drink with these people, but it's not that expensive. We showed up, fucking dead. I think they turned half of it into timeshare.
Yeah.
So it was perfectly
We're
dead.
the closest to the douchebags we saw that we wanted to avoid. We were them. Yeah. But it was great. And Amy and Greystoke were awesome, and they took care of us.
The guy, the young couple that we thought were, in Costa Rica, you see that a lot. People who come down, we want to just surf, and we'll take whatever, menial labor, customer,
room and board.
What do you call it? Restaurant service,
hospitality.
Industry. Yeah, hospitality job. No, they're the new managers. They just came down from New York 6 months ago. They're like 29 and 33 or something. Nice, sweet people.
Yeah.
The guy, Chaille, just called him Greystoke, and I went, "That's perfect." And I had to look up Greystoke, the movie, to make sure. Yep, that's exactly what he looks like.
Tarzan.
Yeah.
He never had a shirt or shoes on the whole time, and he running the place. But I mean, that's how laid back it was. And since it is timeshare, we didn't know. And then when Doug was getting drunk with him, getting drunk in front of him one night, he asked a bunch of questions, and that's what it was. That's what didn't make sense. How's this place open? It's all timeshares. Most of it's timeshares, so they're just there to make sure the lights are on and there's no leaks and everything.
But yeah, they hooked us up. We found a cat. I fell in love with another cat.
Yeah.
Black and white picture of that.
Yeah. Did I have not been on Twitter since
Bingo
I
texted
left.
me that.
Okay.
Both of us.
Yeah. A picture side by side of the cat and Manson in makeup. So we named him Pulgoso, which was supposed to be a flea cat or flea bag. But it didn't have fleas. But then when we saw that, the owners, it's a house cat, and they renamed him Manson.
Nice.
But I can't promote them enough, because Flamingo is a dead town. If you really want to just get the fuck away and not have to go too far.
And you don't have to jump through a bunch of hoops to get there, like you were talking about the other places. So you can fly right in.
Yeah, no, you fly into Liberia airport.
It's an hour drive from the airport, but I mean, if you get over the fact that
how long on a donkey?
No, it's the donkeys in the street you have to pass with a cab that doesn't really have third gear.
Is there really donkeys?
Oh, donkeys and cattle.
Carts. Yeah, we pass carts everywhere with oxen and but it's $100 to get from the airport in a taxi to Flamingo
for an hour.
But you're driving for an hour, and the guy's got to go back.
Yeah, our cab driver.
It's not like he's picking up some fares in Flamingo.
Our cab driver was so nice because we had flown overnight to get there, and we get in at 7 in the morning, and he whatever little English he spoke, he went and he pointed to the no fumar sign, no cigarette. He goes, "It's okay. You can smoke." I go, "Thank God."
You're our cab driver.
It is a little weird. He's saying he stopped smoking 11 years ago, but he kept telling us how much he loves to drink beer. And this is the guy driving. Your life is in his hands. Nice. You're wondering, Jesus, dude.
Well, he told Chaille that because Chaille speaks a rudimentary amount of Spanish.
Enough. To get by.
Yeah, I can say "lo siento," I'm sorry. That's the first thing I learned in Spanish because I'm going to need that one.
Oh.
Sorry. But yeah, you were our go-to guy. Even on the flight home, the lady in the middle seat beside me didn't speak any English.
Oh, really?
So I'm like, he speaks Spanish if you need any. Of course, I say it in English.
Yeah.
If you need any help, he'll help you.
You crazy. I'm not going to your room to play board games.
I've never heard of your podcast. Leave me alone.
Well, it turns out that Greystoke and Amy, the proprietors of the Flamingo Marina Resort, are Joe Rogan podcast aficionados.
Oh, okay. So they knew.
And then on one of Bingo's Please Anyone Talk to Me, everyone else is reading trips to the front desk, dropped that I'm a comedian, so it came up, and then all of a sudden, they're watching me on Rogan, and then me, and then, we got fucking hooked up. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Nice.
Drop our names. Just drop Rogan's name. When you book the Flamingo Marina Resort, just drop Rogan, and then us secondarily. But that's it. That's all we did. Don't worry, podcast listeners. We'll take a break here shortly. Don't worry. Jobi's here with some fucking death pool stuff, and Chad Shank has a story he tried to text me while I was away, and I go, "Don't you fucking dare! I want to hear this live."
And the broth. We're gonna get your diet story.
Okay.
We're gonna update because we talked about it.
That'll work.
And the last podcast that went out was while we were gone. Truly a vacation because it went out automatically.
Oh, yeah.
So
Margo.
we haven't done anything for 2 weeks. That was the Margot Wallenberg one. That was right before Christmas. So
please hold cocktails. Squarespace. Well, we've used it forever.
DougStanhope.com. Bingo's website. I built that on Squarespace. Yep.
Oh, wait, Jobi.
Our store is Doug Stanhope Celebrity Death Pool. Our merch store is Squarespace as well.
Oh, you use the e-commerce?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
great.
Gump just showed up into the room. Do you have Gump.com? Probably not. No, he is bagging groceries at fucking Safeway.
I'm late to the party, but audioshank.com is also built on Squarespace.
I think what you did on AudioSync is you secured your website. What are you putting the microphone away for? You're on this.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah.
I know I did it. I know I did it through Squarespace.
You registered your name through Squarespace, but then since you're on Twitch TV, you just forward it to that or something. You done your Twitter.
Well, I have to go look at it because I had an actual website on there. Now it forwards to Twitter. That's what I did first. But
that's
then
what you can do.
But I built a website on there, and then I have to go and check on it because somehow now it's back to.
But you can handle all of that through Squarespace.com. Yeah.
Yep.
When you say Squarespace.com, they've been a sponsor for so long that you go, everyone knows this. But I guess everyone doesn't listen to every single episode. Yes, Squarespace.com is how you get to every one of our websites, be it the Celebrity Death Pool, be it...
we had Kenny for mayor for a while.
Shit,
we had
everything.
Foolforaclient.com.
And they're all
I remember that.
It's so fucking easy to use that our dumbest friends, this is probably not a good plug. Our dumbest friends, Kenny, Castle Rock Kenny, can make his own fucking website. So do it. Hey, Doug Stanhope, how do I get into comedy? Well, start with a website through Squarespace.com and pretend that you're someone.
It's so easy to turn your cool ideas into a website. And that's the thing. We come up with, well, not cool, but drunk ideas all the time. And
those are sometimes the best ones.
I registered Booze Kazoo through Squarespace. That was for a
I
P-Waste.
remember.
Yeah. We didn't do anything with it, but I grabbed it.
Yeah, she didn't do anything with it. You know what? It's so easy to start a website through Squarespace. It's up to you to make it worth something. But you have a drunk idea, you make the website, and then you're obligated somehow through your own sense of guilt and misfortune to do something with it.
And they make it easy with beautiful templates created by world-class designers. You don't even have to come up with the nuts and bolts of this thing. It's already done. You just drag and drop.
Do they have nutsandbolts.com? Is that?
That's probably already taken.
God damn it.
I bet it's porn.
And then you can
Fuck you, Squarespace.
The ability to customize is what's really powerful here, because once we got DougStanhope.com up, then we moved over to the e-commerce section, because you can sell one thing on there, but then if you want to do e-commerce, you can just keep bumping up and bumping up. So you don't have to grab this huge big package if you just have a couple of things you want to sell. And that's what we do. That's what Jobi does. With
Our store's on Squarespace. Yeah. It's amazing. Super easy to run. It's, inventory is great. The way it's filtered.
And then we also have our content management.
And if you're really drunk, they have 24/7 award-winning customer support. Award-winning, because every one of us has hoped beyond dreams to be at that award ceremony. It is
every year.
I watch it every year.
The customer support awards are
riveting.
I don't want to get too far behind the curtain here, but Doug always writes a speech.
Yeah, their in memoriam section.
He doesn't want it to
amazing.
seem insincere by pulling out an index card, but he always has one.
I'd like to thank the following people, and then there's a lot of blanks that I was supposed to fill in because I wasn't expecting to be nominated or even a winner. Okay, here's the deal. It's old David Letterman thing.
Yeah.
Squarespace.com/Stanhope. It's a pleasure just to be slashed.
What happens when you go there, Doug?
For a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use offer code Stanhope to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
You don't know this, Doug, but what you can do is when you register with Squarespace, then you can just buy domains and they go under your regular login, and then nothing has to go live. You can just hold it and park that website. So then when you're ready to go, you test it. You bring up these templates. You don't like it, you switch to another one. You tweak it until you get it ready, and then you go live.
Hold it and park is actually something I've searched on a porn channel. Hold it and park.
.com.
/Stanhope.
What's that offer one more time?
Squarespace.com/Stanhope for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use the offer code Stanhope to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Squarespace. Jams. All right, let me start with a few quick thank yous. Came back to a shitload of mail, haven't opened it all, but our friend, we can't talk about him. He's, we talk about him, but I still don't have a nickname for him. Our friend that is in the psych ward.
Oh, yeah.
Not psych ward. He's in a facility for those found not guilty by reason of insanity. NGCI, as they say in the industry. I've learned the nomenclature. He somehow managed to send us 3 boxes of gluten-free chocolate chip cookies, nice. Which are good for Gil. Gil's gluten-free, right?
That's right, yeah.
Thank you for that.
Who else is? Why does he send
It's funny because the box was labeled perishable, and it's been here for 2 weeks, and Gump didn't think to put it in the fridge or anything, or open it. Perishable. You can open that, Gump. It's not personal mail if it says perishable on a box.
Well, I was wondering who this guy Perry was.
It would have to say, open this and put it in the refrigerator, Gump. If you wanted him to do that.
I ain't getting in that refrigerator again.
This is my favorite. Hello, Doug. We are the makers of Muddy Bears. We heard you talk about our product on your podcast 3 times now, and we wanted to send you a little gift, so enjoy some free Muddy Bears. He sent me a fucking case right there.
Oh, shit.
Sent me a fucking case of Muddy Bears. We aren't the biggest company, so we appreciate the support. Are you fucking kidding me? You should be the biggest company. That is my absolute favorite candy. We had long discussions in Costa Rica about how every other country's candy sucks because we'd buy gummy shit everywhere. Australia, the UK. You call this fucking candy? This is what your parents make you eat so you can get to asparagus.
You turned me on to those. I had never seen those. And,
those are the chocolate-covered gummy bears?
Yeah,
chocolate-covered
gummy bears. It's the best
when
candy
they're out
there is.
around here, I will sneak 3 or 4 of them. I know they're coveted around here, so I'm not going to eat very many. But
I
will
hide them away.
I will
until
sneak,
now.
I will sneak 3 or 4 of these.
I just
out
bought
of the
4
thing.
pounds
They're
of
good.
these on Amazon, and I hide them away. But now that there's a fucking case,
Right on.
and he says, if you shout us out on your podcast again or post an image on some social media platform, we'd really appreciate it. You fucking got it, baby. Muddy Bears.
Hold it to the
I've
camera.
had to
Chad.
import these
There.
There you go.
from Colombia. Not really, but Val's Colombian, and she comes from Tucson down to watch football. Hey, how you doing on Muddy Bears? We're out. She brings them.
Nice.
So, yes, not only will I just shout you out, Muddy Bears, Anthony Lopez, Taste of Nature Inc. out of, I think it was Santa Monica. Not only will we promote them as we always do for free, now we'll do it for Muddy Bears. Eating your own product. Yeah, thank you. And please, if you like candy and you like good candy and you go anywhere, just ask, hey, don't you have Muddy Bears? You don't have Muddy Bears? What are you, weird? What are you, communist?
Somebody sent me this. I don't know who it just came from, like in an Amazon package. But after the other podcast where I talked about getting shocked,
I was wondering why you got that.
somebody sent me
A tester.
a voltage tester. Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, appreciate it.
That's a good one. I got that one.
Klein Tools is
Yeah.
a top of the line. I have a multimeter and everything. I'm just an idiot.
But that's easier. You won't get shocked with that one.
The last two, Lena or Lina, however you pronounce your name, she's sent a lot of stuff. She's from the UK. You're in my suicide folder for some reason, but you're not committing suicide. It's obvious from the amount of. I got to switch you into a different folder. But she always sends really nice cards, and they make me happy. But she sent a nice card and a book. And it's called The Hangover, and it's kind of like it's a fake version of one of those books. Why is Daddy Drunk? Remember that one we sold at the eBay yard sale? It's like a fake version of that. It's funny, but it looks like a 1950s. Why is mommy talking to the moon again? But it's funny because you sent that, and right after I opened that, I got this from Headright. Where is? Oh, Jake from @HereIsJake sent some stickers, but that's not what I'm looking for.
Oh, I asked for
here it
stickers.
is.
I asked for
It's in my
stickers
other
for the new trash cans.
Okay. Thank you for your interest in Headright. This guy talked to me on Twitter before I gave up on it. It's a hangover relief and flush relief product. Let us know how you like it. Please spread the good word on Twitter. Didn't put his fucking Twitter handle on it. It's Headright, HEDDRITE. And it's a hangover. I can't plug it yet because I just got it, just giving it to the kids. We'll get drunk tonight. Oh, in fact, let's take 3 right now. Does it say 3?
Hold on, let's read the directions first.
Yeah, no, I read it. I think it says take 3 within 30 minutes of starting to drink with a glass of water, which we don't have available.
No, you got the jugs.
I got the jugs.
Jugs of water.
We're not going to share a jug of water. We'll do it another.
We have glasses.
Oh, do we?
Wait, he should have sent us glasses of water too.
Can we just fill the pill bottle up with water and just chug however much we need?
This is how much we didn't do in Costa Rica.
Stanhope
Unless it was right in front of us.
Stanhope was perplexed by sharing water.
It says take 3 within 30 minutes of starting drinking with a glass of water, and then take 3 more when you're done drinking with a glass of water.
That's
now,
the catch.
Everybody here that's a professional drinker knows those 2 glasses of water will probably help you regardless. But we're gonna do it.
I was talking about this just the other day about like they have products that'll clean you out from marijuana. Here's this powder
Drink it with a
Drink
gallon
it with 2 gallons of water. And I'm like, you just paid $60 for Tang, you fucking idiot. It's the water that's the main ingredient.
Yeah, who's the hero in this? Right?
But the first thing I looked for is it says with a glass of water. So they're not saying take it with a gallon of water. So
but who's our control group here?
Yeah,
this is
someone who just drinks the water.
Can I just say that this is the first time I've ever been handed water in this funhouse in all the years that I've ever been here.
This
is odd.
This is the problem.
Doug didn't even know how to serve water.
You know how to share it. We're not going to share a gallon of water, you idiots.
We're going to pass it around like a moonshine jug.
Which I don't know why we couldn't share a gallon of water. We shared a fucking plastic jug of whiskey in a fucking UFC fight before. I don't know why.
That is true.
This is the problem with the control group is you go, okay, well, how shitty did you feel? This is when I saw on Intervention or something where it said, whatever, OxyContin is 5 times as potent as heroin. And you go, well, how do you... Like, how fucked up do you feel? I'm like, usually I'm like, ugh! But now I'm like,
and how many people do they ask? It's all subjective. I'm going to snort mine. Do you think I'd feel better?
Oh, it says you only need to do one.
Just did a rail?
Did it say that?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit.
So did any of us look up what's in it?
So
that's what I was looking at.
It says...
it says the amount per serving, N-acetyl L... I just tried to pinch to zoom in because I can't see. Cysteine.
And alpha
lipoic acid.
Which is a something organic, blah, blah... hyper-organic or...
I like that L-theanine. So this has an L in it. So I'm game.
It's different company.
It's like L-tryptophan is...
Yeah.
All right, I guess we'll...
All right.
It's a downer.
I've done drugs with asking less questions than this.
That didn't come in a bottle. or cotton in the top.
Yep.
This came from someone's bathtub. A guy who doesn't wash his hands.
Chop it up. I'll snort it.
Yeah, I was doing those, that other one, the one you were talking about that's a sponsor.
Lift
and
mode.
I can never tell, like, all right, yeah, I slept, but is it that? Is it because I drank warm milk? Is it because I had a big meal? I'm bad with cause and effect, but I did sleep, so
Every time you've said you've used it, you said you did sleep, but you were suspect. It's like, well, how many times do you have to do it?
Well, I didn't do it in Costa Rica, and that's when I was waking up at fucking 1:30 in the morning saying, I wish I had those.
One night, I don't know, we had been drinking. Well, I'll tell you what. We timed it almost perfectly by hitting duty free in Los Angeles and bought 8 bottles of booze. Which now you got to carry these 8 bottles of booze all the way to Liberia. Mm-hmm. And then in the cab and all that. And hopefully they'll get
from baggage claim to the cab, which for me is a hike.
But you've got to maintain these things through customs and everything. So
you don't have a specific suitcase designated for
no, these are plastic bags that you break it, you already bought it.
We pride ourselves on how little we pack. I say we, Chaille and I. The ladies, not so much. Giant fucking bags, both of them 30-pounders. For what? You're going to have a bathing suit and pajamas.
They're ladies.
We don't make a fuss over that. Yeah. So we get the booze, and we actually timed it out. We ended up only having to buy 1 bottle of vodka in Costa Rica, which turns out...
No, we didn't.
Bingo did.
Duran bought it. She didn't even have to buy it. She was gonna, and then Duran said, I have a trunk full.
Oh, great.
Our friends from Alaska that we didn't know were going to be there showed up the last 2 days.
Oh, shit.
And they're like, oh, you're in town. Okay. Nice. And then, so they had their incoming duty free as we had just depleted
our supply. Well, anyway, so
they replenished our depleted.
We would get to a certain time of the evening, and then Doug would start to go. start to go down, and then he would take a sleeper to go out for the night. And I can't remember what happened this night. It was a fun night. We had a good time. I think that was when we were out on the balcony and the lights were out and Plugosi was coming by. And for some reason, either you didn't take enough of the sleepers or you didn't
took them too early
or something. And then you were up drinking at 4 a.m. and you would continue drinking rather than actually falling asleep. You couldn't get back to sleep.
Yeah.
And that was the one night that you were off schedule. And that was a crazy, to try and get you to get back on a schedule. And it was just that one fucking time. I don't know what it was.
My drinking was pretty controlled for the most part.
Yeah.
In that it was steady, or what? What do you mean?
Well, it was. You
just told me we went through 8
I was
bottles.
reading. Well, we went through 8 bottles, but we were there for 10 or 12 days.
12 days. But after Doug had gotten up at 2 or something, and then went back and then tried to sleep, and then got up at 4 and started drinking. And I think he took another sleeper at that time. Now it's just piling on. Nothing's going to work. Later on that afternoon, Tracy and I went walking a mile down the beach, and Doug was like just bleary eyed and like still wouldn't stay down, And then we walk a mile on the beach, and at this little bar that's like at the end of the marina.
Oh, yeah.
From out of nowhere, here comes Doug and Bingo. And he had been walking down the middle of the street trying to get someone to pick him up.
I was
holding
hitchhiking.
$20.
Oh my gosh.
He was
It's a
hitchhiking
fucking
in
dirt
the middle
road. But it's so far. And that's when Bingo's like, can we go? And I felt so bad because Bingo's so bored all the time and I don't want to go anywhere. I went there to get a sunburn and read books. And I read great books. I'm going to tell you about the books. And I fell in love with a new cat. And I don't care if Meatwig finds out about it. But yeah, I fell in love with a cat. The cat tried to fight a raccoon one night. Or the raccoon squared off against the cat.
There's different stories.
Anyway, whatever it was, I had my money on my tiny little skinny cat, and I didn't know they had fucking raccoons down there. But we're on the balcony watching them at the pool, and I'm like, go Pulgoso, go Pulgoso. And then your wife panicked and threw one of her only e-cigarettes.
Nicotrol inhaler. Threw it at the thing. I go, no, great. How are you going to get the raccoons hooked on nicotine? Fucking great.
The raccoon ran like a pussy and my cat fucking stayed. And then when I called it, it would jump up the fucking, the tiering. He could jump up the tiering to the second floor and jump across all of the patios, outdoor patios to get to our room and slept with us every night. And yes, I left there going, I'm going to cry when I leave this cat, but he didn't show his face. So I loaded up the owners with fucking, I brought I had a blanket I gave to him and money for cat food.
Smash cut to the cat laying down in a raccoon's
But every other fucking night, that cat would come when you called him. I just call out over the fucking jungle in the pool, Pugloso, Pugloso. And it'd sleep all night with us.
Yeah, because you fed it wet food and all it could eat. If you yelled Chaille every time and I show up and there's a roast beef dinner, I'll fucking show up every time.
Yep.
I was just reading an article. They don't have raccoons there.
I'd buy that
they
cat
only
a car
import
if it
them
asked
for
me
cat
to.
fights. Is the only reason there's raccoons in that whole country. So you witnessed something special.
It was weird. Because we were talking about a raccoon we saw down near the beach. And then right then, Dad's like, hey, there's a raccoon. Right then it came out. And the fight almost
I want to get to Jobi and Chad. But I want to plug the books. I never read fiction. You send me fiction. I tell you, sorry, I don't read fiction. Someone gifted me a book called The Sellout. And God damn it, if I can't, his name is, I think it's Paul Barnes.
I'll get it.
It was so fucking good that I will go back to never reading fiction again because you can't top this. It was that good. The only reason I attempted
Beatty. Betty. Beatty.
Oh, Beatty.
Yeah.
Paul Beatty.
Got it.
It was the only reason I got it as a gift, and usually fiction goes, thank you very much, and as soon as they leave, goes into the thrift store pile. But it had say it doesn't work, but it had a blurb on the back from Sarah Silverman. So I go, all right, I'll give it a chance. And the person that gave it to me, yeah, all right. And it was so good. Chaille's reading it right now. American Prison, I believe, is the name. And I fucking look it up, Chaille.
Jobi's on it.
What is it?
American Prison. It's a new book. He went undercover. He's a Mother Jones journalist. And he went undercover actually wasn't really undercover, as a prison guard in a private prison to see how shit works. And he got the job using his real name and his real resume. And they didn't even look up, oh, you're an investigative journalist.
They're just happy people will take that job.
They are. And he spent 4 months, and it's not just his experience there. He brings it back to how privatized prisons have really existed since slavery was abolished. How do we get niggers back working for free? Is in their words of the time in antebellum. Hey, there's a word I read too many times. I remember and don't know what it means.
Means old times, I think.
Shane Bauer.
Shane Bauer.
Shane Bauer.
That was, I read 6 books. They were all fucking good, but that was the one that I go, I shouldn't be closing on this book because it's so depressing and it fills you with such murder hate. And I don't want to give away the epilogue. The epilogue, it's not the ending. The ending is great. He gets out of there after 4 months under untoward circumstances. It's fucking good. But the epilogue, what makes you happy is where all these people that he made relationships with, different guards that were either good or bad, and prisoners that are good or bad, and after this it came out as an article in Mother Jones initially, and then it came out as the full book, and how all these people reacted to finding out, oh, that fucking guard, man, motherfucker, I knew there was some shit up with you, motherfucker, and went through all this, and I'm giving this away, so it doesn't matter, because you'll feel just as good reading this. At the end, he tried to get a hold of this. CCA is the corporation that runs all these fucking prisons. And
private prisons.
Private prisons. And it's vulgar. And he reached out to all of these people that were involved for interviews after the fact, and all of them, of course, refused. Then he realizes, and we got to put this in play, killer termites. If you buy 1 share of stock in CCA, they changed their name. It was corporate. It's fuck. You'll find it. Just Google it. They changed their name because of this as a rebranding. It's another CCA, I believe. It's
Core Civic.
Core Civic.
Yeah, formerly CCA, but now it's Core Civic.
Core Civic is the name. You buy 1 share of stock, they can't keep you out of the annual shareholders meeting.
Yeah.
So he goes there. Thurgood Marshall Jr., the son of Thurgood Marshall, the legendary Supreme Court, first black Supreme Court guy. He's on the board for a $80,000 stipend plus fucking benefits and shares and stuff. Can't keep him out. So he shows up at the fucking meeting. They can't tell him no. He has some security guy shadowing him the whole time, asks a bunch of questions. Like, how many fucking pieces of shit corporations would you love to go, hey, I want to talk to you face to face? You can do it for 1 share of stock. $34 it cost this guy. And I'm like, we got to put this in play.
Yep, that's well done.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went on to Robinhood.com and just put in Core Civic, and it's got it's CXW is their trading, right. And it's Core Civic Inc. It operates as a government solutions company. Right there, it sounds shady as fuck, right? Which develops and manages prisons and other correctional facilities. Its services include core civic safety, core civic properties, core civic community, blah, blah, blah.
It is one of the best written books that I've ever read on some subject that's that depressing. Usually it just makes you violent. And that's why this one in the epilogue made you go, ooh, wait, solution.
Yeah.
A small solution,
Something.
but a solution.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the price on that right now, Chaille, if you wanted to buy it?
It's $19.70 a share.
Oh,
20
wow.
bucks a
Went
share.
down.
20
Went
bucks.
down.
$20 a share. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm buying one right now. But
Yeah,
I still got
that's
to. I got to continue with. I got to finish my setup on this to hook up my payment schedule. But yeah, Robinhood.com. You can get
I
all
guess-
that on there.
although-
They're a sponsor of the show in the
They're a
past.
sponsor of the show, but we could never say this in an ad. But I wonder if Robinhood does tell you how we could take down a corporation. There's some kind of corporate.
I was getting ready to
takeover.
say, if you're not actually going to go to the meeting, maybe it's not a good idea to just give them money. I guess the only good payout is going to the meeting.
Well, this is how we research something. We're not buying it. We're not suggesting anyone buy it.
I'm gonna buy it,
Well-
but that has nothing to do with Robinhood.
All right.
I hope you show up at the meeting.
I'll fucking definitely show. I get a lot of free time.
That would be wonderful.
All right, so that's the other ones I read. Devil's Highway was great. If you like depressing,
You got the con man one?
the Con Man one. I bought a few Con Man books because I love con artistry, and this one is thank you, Killer Termite Twitter guy that recommended it. Yellow Kid Teal, I believe, is his name, and I don't remember the title of the book. It's AK Press. I remember that. Some anarchist, I tore out the page about the press so I'd remember for this podcast. How good did I do? Not so good.
Yellow Kid what?
Especially since you
Teal,
set up
Tiel. It's a
Yellow Kid Wheel.
Wheel.
W-E-I-L. Yeah.
yeah, it's a step above self-published, but it's great. I mean, this guy was a con artist. He's talking about con art and telephones were a new thing. So cars hadn't really been driven much yet. So it's a fun read, but the opening is, whoever wrote the intro says, it's in the tradition of the best book ever written about con artistry, The Con Man, or whatever. The book I didn't bring. I had two books. I brought the one that they intro it. Well, the best one is this one. Well, that's the one I'm going to read next time. Evidently.
I'd like to read a book of early,
It's really fun.
The grift is what.
I think that we're at the end of it. If that was, the early, whatever era they had in the con artists, we're definitely at the end now. Because all you do now is you just tell the absolute truth. That's the best con available right now, is to just be completely truthful. And
no one's going to believe you anyway.
Yeah, the next Yellow Kid Feel is going to be the black guy Nigerian. Then what I did is I sent out 1 billion emails saying I'm a prince.
The prince.
And I'm leaving a fucking inheritance.
You'd be helping me.
No one would fall for that.
I got people to sign up for a subscription that they already paid for and didn't use.
Yeah, how's the Twitch going?
Good. I'm back up to, I got dropped down of several subscribers because people don't realize I have to resubscribe, I think.
Well, tell them right now in a strong
people
voice.
are figuring it out that they've got to resubscribe after 30 days if you use your Twitch Prime free one.
And it
we
just
have
shows
so
up.
much fun watching you on that.
It shows up in the upper right hand corner. It says
fun.
resubscribe. It's
Yeah.
that you don't have to do anything else. You just have to click that button.
Yeah,
Well,
there's.
you're getting checks now, so
I've gotten 2 of them so
Oh, good.
far.
yeah, he's getting paid.
Yeah, you're getting Chad Shank paid, so
Nice.
just chime in and talk shit.
Well, and you don't even have to if you think it's stupid to watch it, then I do too. So you don't have to do that. If you have Amazon Prime, you already have a subscription to this that Amazon keeps the money.
Yeah.
If you sign up and hit subscribe for me, then I get half of that money. And
you're not paying for anything. It's just
so you're not paying for anything extra.
You're granted one subscription per
it's
month.
all free.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, although I have a lot of people that are paying, I have a tremendous amount of people. I'd even say, like, there's a dude named Tree Breather on there that has like 41 gift subscriptions. If people show up in the chat saying, "Hey, I listen to the podcast," and they're not a subscriber, he'll just buy them a subscription. He's done it like 41
I've had so
times.
much fun being drunk out here, and I go, all right, yeah, I'm going to get off Twitter, which just gets me in trouble, and just talk shit on your feed, on your Twitch, while you fail miserably at video games that I don't understand. I don't even look at it.
I don't either.
You're playing them and you don't even.
Yeah.
We're just reading the feed, and it's so much fucking fun.
Andy Andrews got on there.
Jobi plays with you.
Yep, Jobi's regular on there now. Me and Fury. The other thing that I was going to say on the podcast too is that I think people think that by following is like a subscription.
Yeah.
Because I get lots of followers, and I appreciate if you just want to hang out, you don't have to subscribe. But if you're following and you think you're subscribed, I have almost 2,000 followers. If I had 2,000 subscribers, my life would be different.
Well, make his life different, but we just had a special guest come into the studio who actually has something to promote that we should be promoting. First of all, you said you're freaking out, but you just gave away. I thought you're still talking about the gifts you gave away.
Oh, I gave away Henry Phillips books today.
Well, explain what that is, because we haven't plugged this.
It's a cookbook. It's a fucking
Henry's
cookbook.
Kitchen. Henry Phillips put out a cookbook.
Fucking about time he did it.
They got here. They were here when I got home from Costa Rica, and I delivered them today. But guess what? Someone I gave the book to gave me something. I was given a fucking piano just a second ago.
What?
Yes.
Like a
real piano, upright.
Upright. Okay.
And I was given it when I gave this.
They give you a house to put it in?
Or big guys to move it?
Yeah.
I got it's all taken care of.
Move a piano, you had a seizure and smacked your face.
That's true.
I'm done with the piano
That's
thing.
true. You guys were here for that. God damn it. I'm not moving it. It's all taken care of.
You stay home.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I gave Henry's Kitchen away. Get that book. Give it away. Get pianos. It's fucking great. Buy his book, goddammit.
That's the best commercial.
It's the best book ever.
Next time, because Bingo doesn't read books, we've been over this in Costa Rica. Next time we bring you on vacation, we're going to have to bring your piano.
Henry's book is fucking phenomenal. I flipped through it. It's funny as hell.
Flip through it means read the entire thing in Bingo's terms.
Yeah, that's what that means for me.
Most times she doesn't have the attention to flip through it.
Oh, it's good. It is good.
All right. And when you go back down to the store from the Flamingo Marina Resort, you're going to have to bring your piano with you and push it back up that hill.
You guys are definitely going to have to rent a donkey.
Yep.
Bringing pianos.
Well, it's time for me to bring in the bacon. You're not working anymore, so I'll play a goddamn song. All right? Shut the fuck up, you dumb dick.
All right. We're going. Chad has a story. Remember when he texted us and we said, don't tell us? Well, he's about to tell us, Bingyman. Chad had to go to court yet again.
I did. In Phoenix.
For his not daughter.
Some dude's kid. I told her the other day, she was talking about something, and I said, you've pissed me off more than anybody ever. I've wanted to hit you in my life more than I've ever wanted to hit anybody else, but I've not done it because you're my daughter. I go, now you're just some woman.
I remember when she was just some girl.
No, she's 21. So we laughed about that, but
after you punched her?
No, I still haven't. I have to go to Phoenix for these things, and it's costly. I have to hotel shop right downtown Phoenix because trying to navigate downtown Phoenix to get to the courthouse by 8 a.m. is a fucking nightmare. We did that the very first time. So ever since then, I get a room
So you don't have to hit that traffic, that fucking fucked up Phoenix traffic.
The problem is those are all 4-star hotels right there downtown Phoenix.
It ain't a budget area.
So there's nothing. And Jenny, I show her like the map. I show them on the computer, and she's like, "Well, this one's $45." I go, "That's a fucking Motel 6 on Van Buren, Jenny. We're not staying in that. I can't. Well, I'll murder somebody if we're in a Motel 6 in Van Buren.
That's where my daughter's going to end up if I don't get her.
Hanging out there is what caused all these problems. So, but I have to hotel shop around because I pay. It costs about after you pay parking and the resort fees or whatever, all of them have. A hotel room for one night down there is probably around $260 bucks if you get a really cheap one. The problem is like I'll go back 1 month to the next month when I have to go back, and I'll look, and the one that I stayed at last month for $230 was $700 a night. 1 month later, I was like, "What?" It's
snowbird time, man.
But I got to stay at the nicer one across the street for $200. So they just hop all around. So, but the point is it's very fucking expensive to get down there. By the time I pay for food and gas, it's about a $400 fucking trip. So we get into the court, and you have to sit there through everybody else's court hearing. If anybody else has ever done this, there's zero privacy. All your shit is just fucking put out there for everybody to listen to. And so for 2.5 hours, we sat there waiting. And we're watching. We go, okay, we know by now. All right, it's coming. We're coming up soon because it's really thinned out now. And this dude walks over to the edge, and he was like, calls us over, and he's like, yeah, we just decided right now that you guys are gonna have to come back in 2 weeks. And I didn't get to, because of the motel that we stayed in, I had to smoke weed in the parking garage, and I didn't have time to get there, so I didn't get to smoke any weed in the morning.
All day.
So I've been sitting in here for 2.5 hours listening to people's court cases and lawyers, and the judge is a fucking cool dude. I really like the judge. But I lost my shit. It was irrational, or if that's a word, I don't know what that's, but it was bad. It was dumb, and I realized it. I recognized it afterwards.
Was this guy a guy with a badge, or was this like just some?
No, he was the dude who sat one level lower than the judge on the computer. He was the dude who was in charge of the room when the judge was out. You know,
his assistant.
No, he's the guy that nods to the people with badges on the sides. And I just started, "You gotta be fucking kidding me," is I think the first thing that I heard come out of my mouth. And then I just fucking started, and I'm like, this is, you can't do this to people. You can't just fucking decide right now that all of a sudden this is gonna, happen. And, I didn't get violent yet. But the lawyer, her lawyer was there, and she looked at me, and she was, and I saw the look on her face, and I said, "I'm going outside before I go to jail." And I walked out. But when I walked out, I sort of punched the doors open, sort of, 2 of the swinging doors.
Oh, you have to see what you're missing on audio is
double-fisted doors.
Up.
Yeah. I double-fisted I pushed the doors open violently. But, and then...
What's a man my size supposed to do?
Well, then I walked out into the hallway, and then I definitely full fucking punched the wall. And, I didn't realize that it would sound like an explosion had happened.
Resonate through the courtroom.
Like they were building the merch
People are hitting the fucking floor at the other end of the hallway because they think somebody's fired a shot. It was, and I was like, oh, that was fucking bad. But then my mind was still going, and I realized that the guy, what he had told me was, "Sir, you can wait outside," was what he said. So I go, well, he didn't tell me I had to wait outside. He said, "Sir, you can wait outside." Sure. So I have options. So I fucking went back into the courtroom. And
What's that expression? Good buddy after bad?
He wasn't happy about that.
And you're the house?
You're still only dealing with the guy, the scheduler, right?
Yes. He kept telling me to leave, get out of his court. He goes, you touch my doors again, you're going to jail. Yeah. And he's telling me all of this stuff. But then there was a moment where he's a dude that's used to getting his way in this court. Those are my door. He referred to them as my doors. It's just a fucking asshole. And they treat everybody
like
bad
a babysitter who goes, hey, I'm in charge when your parents aren't here. I get to be, you're 16.
The first time we were there, we were outside and they opened the doors and they were like, if you come in here, you get on your phone, I'm going to throw you out. We're like, whoa, you realize a lot of us haven't done shit wrong, right? You're not in trouble or
some
anything.
of us are here supporting the people who have done something wrong.
Some of us are good folks.
Fish out of water.
So you could see he was used to getting his way. But then I fucking started walking towards him, and then I watched him look over to his badged people.
The bailiff.
And it was a lady with a big gunt. And I saw him get fucking scared. So I just started laughing at him, like sarcastically laughing at him, and then he like scurried out, and I think he was going to get the judge, which I knew the judge, if he came back in, would put me in contempt of court. So the judge came in and he was like, what's going on in here? And he sat down like, fuck, but he's a cool judge. Like, he didn't give a fuck. He sat down and,
like Night Court, Harry Anderson.
But he knew something was happening.
You stayed.
Fuck yeah, I stayed. And, he came back out, and that's whenever he yelled in front of the judge again. He goes, sir, I'm going to ask you to leave now, and, do not, punch the door or slam my doors again. He made sure to like explain what I did in front of the judge without telling on me. Like he was just telling the judge, and I just stood there and I laughed at him again. And then he mockingly tried to laugh back at me, but then he was defeated. Yeah, he didn't know what to do, and then the lawyer. My wife told me later. She's like, whenever they when they all heard me punch the wall when they were inside. She says, the lawyer looked at her and she goes, can you go outside and talk to him? And Jenny goes, no. The lawyer didn't know what to say. Nope. So I didn't go to jail.
But you got rescheduled. You have to go back in 2 weeks.
No. The lawyer fixed it. We got a while.
All's well that ends well.
I won't mention the tinkle in your khakis, sir, if you could schedule us for a better time.
Yeah. Well, he tried to tell the lawyer that they emailed her and told her it was rescheduled, and she's like, I'm sorry, but I think he's fucking lying, because I had already set the tone for like everybody was just off the rails, so the lawyer is now just talking to me like a regular person, and she's like, he's lying, and I was like, he specifically told us that the decision was just made just before you walked in the door. I go, so I know he's fucking lying. So it was an exciting day. So, but we still didn't get anything. I was still, I was wasted. It was absolutely for nothing. All the stress, all the fucking white knuckled fucking driving, trying to hit an exit in downtown Phoenix. Yeah. I hate every second of it. So that was it.
Well,
I didn't go to jail.
We appreciate you didn't go to jail, but we appreciate you did that just for the podcast. Hey, she's not my daughter, but I need this story for the podcast.
Jenny was mad at me on the way home, and I apologized to her. And she's like, that would mean something if you meant it, but you don't even know what you're apologizing for. And I go, I don't know how it affected you. If you tell me if you say you embarrassed the fuck out of me, that would make sense. And I would go, I'm sincerely sorry that I embarrassed the fuck out of you. But right now, I'm just offering a general apology because I know what I did was fucked up. But I got a podcast story and I didn't go to jail. I go, what happened? Nothing happened.
Oh, you did say I have
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, we caught him telling podcast stories on Twitch. Remember?
Oh, I don't remember what they were.
No,
I wouldn't be on Twitch if I wasn't drinking.
He was telling a story, and I was in the chat on the side.
Are you telling podcast stories?
Hey, man, are you telling podcast stories on your Twitch thing here? What's going on?
I think, and then I
Pretty soon
said
it's going to be save it for Twitch.
Well, then I
Save
said
it for Twitch.
Well, then I said that I would tell it on the podcast, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I think I told it already. I try not to. I mainly retell old stories on Twitch.
Well, except for the subscribers. The subscribers hear the Class A stuff.
The new stuff.
That was whenever I do remember that because I was drunk and Chaille said, "Are you telling podcast stories on Twitch?" And I told him, "There's 23 viewers. 9 of them are us, and the other people aren't even watching. I'm just practicing for the podcast, as far as I'm concerned."
Fury is. I hate to say your mentor because he does play those
He's
games.
the guy that knows video
He's the
guru.
guy that.
He's the
He
guru.
leads us on the video games.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when I was on last, I wasn't fucking with him, but I was, where I said, "Hey," because I don't follow the video games. I just talk to I know Fury.
You're looking for a trigger.
Yeah, I
to-
go,
to-
"Hey,
yeah.
you still do tile work? Because the little house needs tile work in the bathroom. It looks like there's some black mold." And then he's like, "What the? Are you serious? Hang on, what?" And I am serious, but we have enough construction going on right now. But yeah, in theory, I'm serious. But in reality, in the moment, I was just trying to get him off his game because he's the guy who knows how to play video games. And I thought that might give you a chance to kill him, Chad.
No, I'm smart. I team up with those guys so that I don't have to fight them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but if I distract him, then you could kill him.
Oh, we shoot Fury a lot.
Yeah.
We
It
have
doesn't
friendly
do
fire
anything to
turned
him,
off, but that doesn't mean we don't empty clips into that dude's head on the game a lot. It's part of the fun.
The next day he did text me and asked me, "Hey, shit, I went back and reviewed the chat," which right there.
Wow.
Because I was a little busy working on the strategy, and Doug said something about some tile work. Was he serious about that?
I'm never not serious about work around here. It's just there's too much going on right now.
You talk about work. Have you ever hear where people
fuck,
say
you've been
if they
painting
have
your fucking house?
You ever hear where people tell people if you did an honest day's work, it would kill you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I didn't realize it. I'm doing like a quarter of an honest day's work and then a half honest day's work. I'm working up to an honest day's work because that shit would kill me. Started off as my old dog, who I've talked about several times.
The white one?
No, that's my young dog. That's Mary Jane. That's my girl.
Oh, yeah.
My old dog is Bear. He's 20.
Yeah.
I think he's like 20 years old or so now. More. I don't know. He's all fucked up.
Did he get lunch meat?
No, well, he's close
In a year,
to
you're
it.
going to find out
close
he's
to
not
it.
really your dog.
It'll just make shooting him more enjoyable.
No lunch meat.
So, yeah. He's getting
doing this one
baloney.
cold,
You're
Bear.
getting baloney, motherfucker. So he just started this thing where instead of asking us to go outside to go to the bathroom, he just pissed on the floor all of a sudden. And he's an old fucking dying dog. I knew that he pissed on the floor when I walked into the living room. I didn't step in it or see it. I smelt it. I was like, oh, fuck, my eyes are watering. The dog pissed on the floor. Jenny gets down there and fucking scrubs it. And he does it again. And he did it again. And the third time he did it, it wasn't even in the middle of the night or anything. It was while we were fucking literally had just walked past him a couple minutes before. He could have easily asked it. So he's senile or something's wrong with him. So
They have bladder issues.
I had to kick him out of the house. And I asked Jenny, I told Jenny, I go, he's lived inside his whole life, man. Can I just shoot him? I feel horrible making him live outside. But she said no, I had to build him a dog house on the porch. And so he now lives outside. But it started off, I had to replace this carpet now. So then Jenny decided that she wanted to paint the living room. Since I was pulling out the carpet, she wants to repaint the living room. And not just like paint it one color. I have to put tape across the walls and make...
Are you making a design?
Fucking, yeah.
Huh.
And then...
This is why I leave that when we have construction here. I'm like, oh, this is a great time to leave for Costa Rica anyway, because I hate being around construction, because I just think, what if I had to do that? I couldn't do any of this shit. I'd rather leave and come back and it's done, but it's not.
You have to awkwardly just walk around people who are working. Sorry.
In my pajamas.
Yeah.
That happened today. We were going over some things. I was showing him some things in the room edition, and I'm like, he's hanging around a long time. I mean, he's looking at stuff. I go, shit, this is really cool. We can talk about this. And then the one guy who was working today showed up, and he's like, let's get out of here. He wanted to leave immediately. Someone came up to work.
Let's go inside.
Well, after that, then my hot water heater fucking went out, and then after that, one side of the kitchen sink started leaking. I was like, what the? So basically, I'm going to become an indentured servant to Home Depot is what I think is going to fucking happen. So.
Yeah, that Home Depot card will fuck you up, man.
Son of a bitch.
God damn it.
I'll definitely go, instead of trying to still perfect, audiobook, the engineering portion of it and stuff so that it's, I'm real picky about it, I guess, maybe more than I should be as a beginner. But I'm definitely going to be fucking throwing some fucking audiobooks downrange fucking soon because I got to fucking help pay off this Home Depot account.
Yeah, we're all going to have to go back to work eventually.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been taking notes and
Writing
doing
stuff
some
down.
shit, driving back roads and listening to shit where I don't have to have someone else hear my fucking voice. Jobi's. Well, it's today. When you hear this, when this comes out tomorrow, it'll be the day after kickoff of the new season of Deathpool. And I know none of this, so you're gonna have to fill me in. I have a new strategy. I'm going with no strategy like last year, but this year I'm just gonna go full tilt. Spite pool.
Yeah,
we had to kill that, but I'm going just people I want to die.
Yeah.
When I had to celebrate Ralphie May, as much as I knew he'd want me to, because he always wanted me to keep him in my death pool. This year, I'm going to just go people I fucking want to die.
Are you going to save at least one pick for Artie Lang?
I was going to say, is it because
I'm
Artie's not going to be a solo
comic.
pick?
I will do a comedian. Same way we used to always do wrestlers. I dropped that when I started going pro because I don't know wrestlers, but I will do a comic I want to die.
But the other 19 are going to be
you're
just
going to do
straight.
Spite, though.
Just
Spite. I'm doing just Spite. So I can celebrate. I fucking lost so miserably this year.
Yeah, not me.
You did. Yeah, you were bottom of the pack.
But I can't be in the money every time. It looks like it's fixed. First, I want to know, every year, the biggest winner site-wide gets to pick a new bonus point.
Right.
And that's what I don't know. Who won site-wide, and what did they pick for a category for bonus?
Yeah, every year is a fucking nightmare for us. But I'll get into that. Skinny Kilt Runner is the name of the guy that won site-wide. Okay. And he destroyed
his team?
Just him.
How many deaths and how many points did
he took like almost every single home he was in.
He was in multiple homes?
And he took it all. Like, he's won, we give out like TVs and prizes and stuff. He just opted for like gift cards. So he won $400 in Amazon gift cards, merch. He won the Playboy that we signed with Mirror and everything. He signed up for that one. He won everything across the board. He just crushed it.
Yeah, he won Bloody Shake. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's the deal. Every year, you're the site-wide winner. So you get to pick throw some suggestions at us. Every year, it's a fucking nightmare for us because they don't understand the headache that those categories, we have to deal with those for a year. And so
you can massage them.
Some of them you can, some of them you can't. All right. So here's an example of what he wanted to do. How about anyone that was born in a country above the 49th parallel? Okay. All right. That's bullshit.
Dick.
Yeah, dick. Right. How about anyone that dies, we add up the letters of their names and do a boggle thing. I'm like, all right, you know what? All right, all right. Stop. Just fucking stop. And
Jobi already hates doing this so much since it was his idea, and then it's just all he does is bitch about, God damn it, I'm just logging information all the fucking. And you're gonna do fucking boggle games with him, you cocksucker.
So you had a manual to figure out how to fucking do a rule.
Well, in addition to the people that just fucking hate him and fight with him, I'm like, this is a celebrity, goddammit, and you said it wasn't. Shut up.
Yeah, and he was really big about the whole 49th parallel thing. He was really harping on that. And I'm like, we have to keep a list of fucking countries about the 49th parallel on us all the time. And no, it just make it simple. How about comedians or
people born in March?
Yeah. How about men or fucking anyone from Britain? Fucking white people. I don't give a shit. Make it simple. Make it fucking simple.
White people wouldn't even be simple.
Right, I know. White people would be really like,
we'd have to have a sponsorship from fucking Ancestry.com.
So I give him a list, and Mark gives him a list. Like, hey, here's simple shit we can do, and he's still fighting us. I'm like, you know what? I'm putting my foot down. Fuck this. Fuck you. You want everything, but we're just gonna. How about the ugly American?
I was gonna say first, if you have a difficult case, like, send it to your manager.
Yes,
like that's where I would come in, and like when the manager comes in, hey, can we talk? I understand your concerns. I'm sorry that my customer service person was rude to you, but we can work this out.
Good cop, bad cop it a little bit. I like how you said you can massage him in the beginning of this, and Jobi goes, not all the time, and then he just basically goes, I just railroaded this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck a massage.
Fuck a massage.
Yeah. This is some deep Reiki, motherfucker.
You like deep tissue, bitch?
But yeah, he's,
So what, go ahead. What is it?
Congratulations to him, but he had to choose one of ours and, because he wouldn't waver on any of his. So now it's anyone that's American, born in America. All right.
Born in America is easy, unless we're going to go into the fucking Trump birther.
What about DACA kids?
What about Barack?
Can't be naturalized or married in.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's easy.
Produce the birth certificate, I say.
Like Schwarzenegger. No,
absolutely not.
Former governor, but not born in America.
Not born in America. So it's going to be a lot of points this year. We actually also changed up the Carol
Channing was a Kenya birth.
Kenya birth?
She was born in Kenya. This is fake Hawaii.
We'll keep this tied up in courts until Deadpool 2022.
Yeah, and she died today, opening day of Deadpool.
That was one of my carryovers from last year.
So,
really?
Really?
So,
but I didn't
did
start
she have
yet.
did she
Wait,
have
who won our fucking? I don't even know who won our league.
You're looking at him.
You fucking won it.
We knew he would.
Blew it out.
Yeah,
he blew it out.
I was
ahead.
tied for first for a long time there.
With Shannon.
Yep.
And
end
of the year, you pulled out a good hit.
I won in the last 2 weeks of the year. I won.
Did you get paid?
There was no one paid this year, so no one paid in.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I didn't pay in.
No one paid in.
No, it's it was just a funsies thing. But
did we call that, or did we all just fuck up?
Everyone just fucked up at the same time. So no worries.
Apathy. I blame apathy.
Yep. Yeah. So
I'm happy when I remember to get my fucking picks in on time. So paying.
Yeah.
I just assume.
It's fun for me. The whole thing's fun. Trading out,
says
throughout
the winner.
Year. Well, because it was fun for me, and I actually traded out.
That's true.
Yeah, you used to use your trade rounds.
Yep,
and
that's how I
petitioned,
won.
And we used to have the Betty Davis, which was I think it's October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. If you die of breast cancer in October or whatever, you get bonus points. We decided, well, fuck it. No, let's do. Mark he wanted to do this. Every month has a Cancer Awareness Month. So that's what we changed it to. Every month has a different awareness point attached
A different
to it.
ribbon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like cervical health, ass cancer.
Each
blah, blah, blah.
variety of cancer has a month dedicated
And so if
to
they
it.
die of that in that month,
I already wanted to stir the pot and start shit. What if somebody commits suicide during Mental Health Month? Does that count?
we don't have a mental health month.
Why not? Why is Mental Health Month being discriminated against, Jobi?
Yeah, but we do have June, which is National Safety Month. And so if you die in an accident,
Nice.
well, there you go. So
These sound fun. I like these. These are on the
Yeah, yeah.
website.
yeah, these are all on the
All right,
website,
cool.
so you can go through the
I'll
each
use
month
them. I'll use them
and check
for
it
my
out.
search strategy.
I just see all the problems. Well, is it an accident? I'm trying to find the analogy. I don't have one.
Yeah, well,
Suspicious circumstances is not an accident.
All of the people playing will find. Well,
Absolutely.
That was why I
They'll
did
find
that.
the chick in the armor, yeah.
That was why I did
he
that.
died
'cause
of
that's what
lung
he can
cancer,
expect.
but it was an accident. This is a old Becker joke. Well, I never read the warning because I always bum cigarettes from other people. So it's an accident. I win.
Yeah.
Becker doesn't play, but if he did, Becker would always find why. No,
Oh,
technically.
Yeah. I get that every day.
Well, and
Tons of
people
hate.
try to use precedents. Well, this guy's in. You won't let this guy in, and that's what that Jobi was talking to me about it. And my answer is it's fucking subjective and arbitrary, and doesn't
But if
matter.
you don't
There's
know
no
that
rules.
we're generally, we don't tilt this game towards us or our own.
No.
So if you don't trust us, don't fucking play.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah,
a
but
star
And
chamber here.
recognize that there's a lot of fucking work going on behind the scenes with fucking adding shit, and you don't have time to add your fucking dumb fucking guy
Mark
that
and
nobody
Gina
knows.
are like killing it. They've been doing
Your
a
uncle who
bunch
won a
of-
talent show. Big fucking deal. He's not a celebrity.
Yeah.
He is in our house. Unfollow.
So we have the committee I have on another Twitter page that just votes on petitions.
Tracy and I did it for a while with you
Right,
2
right.
years ago. Yeah.
So,
and it
I-
was fucking mind numbing.
It is. It's rough. But I wanted to bring this up to you guys because we ended up losing a chunk of committee members on one petition that started a big fight.
really?
One person who
One
they were trying to
petition.
find out if it was a celebrity or
All
not.
right.
Celebrity or not.
I'm intrigued.
And it got so heated, people just bailed because they couldn't let it go. They just, they
was
had
too
it in their
divided.
mind like, no, I'm right, you're wrong,
No.
I'm out. And
I bet they probably had specific political opinions as well.
it's, okay, so.
Hold on. Let's wait for Doug to get back.
Yeah.
I remember when Tracy and I were doing it a couple years ago with you, where you were like, just could you help us? And it was always like, it was some like third rhythm guitarist for Journey,
Right.
but he's on an album. So,
One
but the latest one, which,
Right.
big deal, right? It's Neil Schon. That's the whole, it's not even Journey anymore, right? So it is one of those things, or jazz musicians,
Jazz
but
musicians or
recorded,
So
like,
Here's
you get an old,
like hockey players that, played for, a few seasons, but they did nothing notable. They didn't win anything.
I have an example
Yeah, he
that
didn't
I
win the
just
cup or
didn't
anything.
submit the other day because when I went to look for, I was like, oh, I'm going to submit this. And I went to look for evidence. And I was like, if I was on a committee, I would downvote this.
yeah.
But everybody would, it would be a good argument. Fred the Elephant Boy from Howard Stern's show.
Celebrity.
Is he a celebrity?
Celebrity.
You think so?
Absolutely.
No
I think-
Wikipedia page, no bio, no nothing.
There's
Doesn't
hardly
matter.
anything for
I
him.
don't think it matters.
But
He's been a part of that show for 20-some
yep,
years.
he's original
Yeah.
Whack Pack member. Yeah. He was.
Yeah,
I
but
tried
that's-
to build a case for it, but I couldn't, so I didn't even submit it because I know that he's buried in fucking dumb shit. So I'm trying to be a diplomat and say, look, I don't.
But see, I listen to Stern. I used to listen a lot.
Yeah.
And it is one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, he's one of the top 5 Whack Pack dudes. But at the same time, if you don't
If
have
you
anything,
listen to us, you should know enough about what we would consider celebrity
Yeah.
to understand where we let some pass. I didn't know Sean Rouse was a celebrity. I thought he wasn't.
Well, I threw all your buddies in
Exactly.
into the databases.
I didn't know that at the
I'm
point.
in, right.
But yeah,
well, except
fuck
for this
you.
room, his buddies are famous.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Except for us.
Right,
We're
right.
not. So
Wait, we're all in it, right?
But Andy Andrews,
Bingo's in it.
Christine
Yeah,
Levine,
Bingo's in it. Shank's in it.
She's at risk, so yeah, she should be.
Chaille in it. I've been petitioned like maybe 10 times to throw myself in it.
Are
and
you
I
fucking?
won't.
Fuck you!
Why
has
not?
to.
You're not in it.
No,
He has to
I'm
be.
banning this until you put yourself in.
I'm joining the band.
I agree.
This is Jobi's fucking celebrity death pool till you put yourself
that
in.
would've been
How
so
dare
funny.
you?
That would've been so funny
How
if the-
fucking
if the
dare
winner-
you?
Are you
You've
outraged?
been the suicidal guy.
Right, are you
Chad Shank has been the
are-
voice of reason in 2018.
Are you
Chad,
you
you're the
you're not?
suicidal guy.
Are you angry because you want to pick him as well? That's what you're assault. I have inside information on
Last
you,
year, I would have
motherfucker.
picked him over you, for fuck's sake.
Definitely.
Okay, all right, fine.
Especially around January.
Oh
I
man.
know. All right,
Yep.
fine. All right,
Get
you
in
guys
there.
are all passionate about
Dude,
this
that-
now, so I guess I'll have to do it.
All right. Good.
What if we put
Glad we got fired
we
up.
we won't do it, but what if we put Bisbee Death Pool on the site? I mean, we joke about it at night quietly in our star chamber.
Not a good idea. You'd
No,
have to still
but-
see them at Safeway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would be-
but the ones that come here to the FunHouse, just like the fucking. We don't really do football, but the football people. Like Neighbor Dave versus Floyd or something.
Yeah.
You know, heads up. All right, no, that's a bad idea. I said it. I started with this as a bad idea, but we should do some private betting. Honestly,
Well, you can always do that.
Okay,
So for 2019, Jobi gets added.
okay, I'll do it. God damn it.
You should.
Okay, so and while you walked out, this is what
I was listening. I was just
about
pissing.
the petition committee that got really upset, and a bunch of them walked over this one petition that started this huge argument, and people were it was polarizing, and I know, and obviously he's a celebrity to me because he's famous. Everyone knows who he is. And it's Nicolas Cruz. Do you know who Nicolas Cruz is?
No.
All right. He's the Parkland shooter, the biggest school shooter in history.
Oh, that fucking dick.
Right.
He would be in this year's.
Okay,
he
so-
would be a spite pool. He'd be in my secondary list.
Right.
What do you call that?
Yeah. The
Watch list.
Watch list. Yeah.
So
I have so many people I fucking hate that I want to die.
this guy came up, and I thought, oh, okay, he's in, but I'm going to throw it at the committee just to see what's going to happen. And it turned into this huge ass argument where some people bailed. Like they just left the committee because they couldn't deal with it. Like, no, he shouldn't be in because if we say he's a celebrity, then we're giving him popularity and it's the worst.
Are you telling me that the whole the Me Too adjacent political correctness has drifted into
Yes.
death pool?
There's a social justice warrior portion of death.
Absolutely.
That's fucking fantastic.
Oh God. And I just couldn't stand
Put
it.
him in.
Immediately, like, fucking glad you left. He's in. I'm sorry, but
Oh my God.
but they couldn't handle the fact that, okay, well, if we say he's a celebrity, then we're giving him popularity and we're saying that he's revered, he's
They
celebrated.
don't realize that none of that fucking means anything. Huh?
Right.
Honestly, let me say that this is a perfect example of why I've retired from comedy and I'm desperate to start doing comedy again, where with all of that, the whole spectrum of that, I hate to use political correctness because it keeps meaning a new thing, but where I go, I don't want any fucking part of this shit. But at the same time, I'm like, this is where I'm desperately needed in this shit. And that's one of those things where, seriously, Death Pool is fighting over whether it's politically correct
To say someone's famous or a celebrity or not? Yeah.
based on
He's a dick, but he's still famous.
Fucking,
Yeah.
I'm back in.
I've been waiting for your take on all of this stuff.
Okay.
If we're being honest about this right now, because I've said,
fucking crazy.
yeah,
Fucking hate
It's so good though. It's so so much of the crazy today is so good that it was back at 9/11 was when this was, but I was all in then. Like, fuck you, I'm all in. Now I'm old, and I go, I can just do whatever the fuck I want. No, I want in. They need me. They need me.
Whenever this big thing before about Louis C.K. was coming out about the thing, I didn't listen to any of that stuff that was
We should
leaked.
drop him from the death pool because of what his transgressions.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's no longer famous.
Yep.
But because I agreed with basically before even Stanhope said it, I knew the exact same thing. He didn't release that. I'm not going to listen to it.
The new thing.
Yeah.
The last time I was on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like,
that
all right.
thing.
You went off on a.
I fixed Twitter.
I remember.
It's done.
That's one of the things I was going to tweet out because I said I'm hoping Louis C.K. comes, is going to have a good punchline for all of this. You know what I mean? His take on the whole thing is, and I said, because he's something about, God damn it, now I'm drunk, I don't remember. Something about, I hope Louis C.K. is the voice that the fucking comedy community needs. But if not, I think Doug Stanhope is doing a pretty good job holding it down over here when you're tweeting.
I put it in my bag because we left that quickly for Costa Rica. We were going to podcast, and I have notes of all this shit. I was in a fucking 3-day Twitter drunken battle about, first of all, people bootlegging your shit. They put out 49 fucking minutes of a Louis C.K.'s new special.
Yeah.
As though that's newsworthy. No, snippets are. Right. And they go, oh, what about Kramer, Michael Richards, when he said nigger, nigger, nigger? Well, yeah, they used that clip. Yep. That's newsworthy, not his entire 49-minute new fucking special. And it started from that, and then it went into defending whether his jokes are funny or not. That was another reason. Let's get the fuck out of this country.
We were sitting down talking. Shank came over. Like, oh, when Shank and I embarrass ourselves, we just hide under the covers. But you get to go to Costa Rica.
I did not embarrass myself. I stand on every fucking thing I said.
I still, even right now, during you talking about this on the podcast and while you were tweeting, I pictured Chaille and Hennigan yelling, "Save it for the stage!" Like you yell, "Save it for the podcast" when we try to talk about. No, this is what people are waiting for. Don't say.
I've had it for the stage, but it's been in so many incarnations since. Late, was it 18, whatever it was. I don't know what fucking year it is, but and I kept having to rewrite that chunk of material for the new.
You kept to add
special.
the new stuff,
or everything old updated. Yeah,
definitely.
But now I get it. Okay, all right. This beat is timeless. This will last. Keep it succinct. Keep it to that, and it's still. And I gotta fucking film this. Hennigan's still bitching about the pacer.
He's still.
I don't know if we brought up the pacer yet. Oh, sorry to the guy. We'll fix that.
No, we talked about that.
Did we?
In a past podcast.
Yeah, but I still.
But it's gone. It's been transported.
It's been transported, but I still have to make it right, and I don't know. And I just got home today. This podcast has to go out in the morning. You still have to edit it. I don't think we need to edit this. What Jobi knows that we don't know as players, Jobi has to deal with all the, hey, January 15th, this is launched. But he knows that we are going to fuck off. So our own league, you call it a home, we call it a league.
Right, whatever. But
yeah, he gives us extra time.
Yeah, like a couple of weeks where he can fuck off.
Exactly. So you do all the promo setup shit, then you give us 2 weeks to go, oh, all right, get your shit together.
Right. So lean back into the committee, because since I lost committee members of the whole Nicolas Cruz thing, hey, if anyone out there wants to be a committee member that doesn't play, just contact me at Stanhope CDP on Twitter. let me know.
And we know the regulars on Twitter.
Yeah. If you want to vote on stuff, you can't play though.
But you know the people that we know.
Right.
Zach Wynn. How about that? He probably plays.
He does.
I just pulled a name out of my ass. Who you probably don't remember me. Yeah, I know you.
Fucking Zach. Yeah.
You fucking tweet me all the time. You're a good guy.
Yeah. So, just contact me if you want to be. You get to vote on, who's a celeb, who isn't. But and the 2 paid homes are now open. Bloody Shank. You talk about it.
Bloody Shank is the one we started last year, where you could win prizes.
That's Chad Shank's home.
It's
a TV. First place tablet, second place, and third place is merch. So
a guy tweeted me today that said if he's in, and if he wins first or second place, he wants the third place prizes. He would rather have merch than the TV.
We've done that before.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good
where
fan,
I will give you like A-list merch, not just a CD or a fucking T-shirt. I'll give you shit from the crawl space that I go.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's eBay yard sale stuff.
That's good.
What's a MUFC?
Death Squad.
I gave him a vintage suit.
He's still got a suit.
Worn suit.
There's the guy that runs your Facebook fan thing that I
David,
refuse to be a part of. David. He was supposed to be third place.
Gamsby.
There you go.
Gamsby. Hey, I remembered you, Gamsby.
He was third place in the Bloody Shank funeral.
Let me just say, Gamsby asked me to write a thing, which I started 11 times at least. He runs the Facebook fan page, and I got so much shit about all these fucking racist, fucking misogynist assholes on this page. I know who you're talking about. They email me daily, and they try to tell me funny retard, cunt, nigger, faggot, fucking jokes.
No.
And that's the joke, is they say a bunch of bad words in a row. And I know that is what accumulates in that. I don't go to that fucking page.
Right.
And he asked me to write a thing.
It's not all that.
I don't know.
I know that. It's
Gamsby,
not all that,
I tried 1,000,000 times to write a thing. Hey, try to be nice to each other, because a lot of these people on this site that go here are really fucked up and suicidal or homicidal, and they need positive reinforcement. Don't just fuck with each other. Just try to. And every time I wrote it, I sounded fucking soft but
You already started to sound soft. Right now.
I'm fucking soft.
Yeah.
Stop being the fucking dicks to each other. Be dicks to the people who deserve it. Don't don't try to be funny. I do that for you. I do it correctly most of the time. I do it correctly
I agree with that. All of the time, I would say.
Unrecorded things. Yeah, sometimes I riff stuff.
I'm a fan. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased.
Hey, can you cut out that soundbite of Chad saying he's a fan? I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
All right, just 2 more things real quick.
Inserted in the commercials.
We got polls on the homepage of the website where it's like, okay,
we're letting them on now too.
Polls, you racist prick.
Remember when they were dumb in the 80s?
They know how to run computers.
So, if a Playboy Playmate, anyone that's a Playboy Playmate, should she be considered a celebrity? Those are the polls, like yes or no. And
I would go with yes on that.
Anyone.
I consider any girl who showed me her cooch should be a celebrity.
So
she's done a lot for this country.
Is she hot?
Playmate is the third pullout, so I'd go yes on that. That's easy to
okay, well,
research.
Those are the polls I got. Anyone that's won a Nobel Prize
Sure.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, no,
I
I
disagree.
disagree.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Hang
There's
on,
no more
wait a minute.
science.
hang on,
Name
wait.
one. Name a Nobel Prize winner. We already did
Barack
this.
Obama.
We did this on the
Barack
Twitch stream.
Obama.
Barack Obama is already in the database for something else, so he's a moot point.
But, okay,
But
you said
name somebody who wasn't
I
a
know.
president. Name somebody else who's
I
not
know.
famous for something else.
Albert Einstein.
Who Albert Einstein was not famous for anything. Albert Einstein would be in there.
He's
Well,
already
name
got-
two.
Wait.
Now you keep coming up with
you're
reasons I
fucking-
can't name the two
you're-
I named.
You're, you're going
hang on.
ridiculous.
Nobel Prize is a very prestigious title. And since Chaille and I say yay, and you and Jobi say nay, let's go with the crazy card and bring in Bingo, the fifth one.
Shit, all right.
What do you say?
Hey, come through the mic, honey.
you're just gonna make me look stupid.
No, all you have to do is give
Two
your-
of us are
all
going to
you have
make you
do
look
is give your
stupid.
vote.
The other two will
All you gotta do is give
congratulate
your
you.
vote.
Okay.
A Nobel Prize is what would be considered the Oscars of smart.
Okay, yeah.
But some guy that's isolated an isotope and classified it, but the rest of the world doesn't know
Oh,
what
that's
it is.
stupid? Is to isolate
No, but
an
is he a
He's a
isotope?
celebrity.
Is he a celebrity?
What's his name?
Exactly.
What's the guy?
Shall we go
here's
back
the
and
guy-
look at other people?
Do they
He's
have
a
No,
leader
wait a
of a
minute.
country?
Wait a minute.
Do they
He's
have
the president
Wikipedia
of
pages?
Zimbabwe?
He's
Does that mean anything?
you're going to try back what I said earlier. You can't
Right.
go back to precedents of what's already been
Bingo
submitted.
is
I
a
just
Nobel Peace Prize winner. Put your thumb up or thumb down.
Caesar. Up
They're
or
smart
down?
guys.
Actually, there's an asterisk to that. Thumbs down was actually the thumbs up. Go ahead. Is he a celebrity or not? A Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Smart guy.
Bingo says yes on smart guy.
Right on.
Okay, so
Smart
this
guy.
is the
So here
point.
we go. I just
that-
pulled up the first Nobel Peace Prize winner. There's several of them for 2018 because they give a lot of these fucking things out.
They do a ton of them.
Dennis Mukwege Mukwege. He's a Congolese gynecologist.
Oh, this is racism
and
coming out of him.
Pentecostal pastor. He founded works. I'll pull up the next one if you think it's racist. I'm
I
just
got
going
one
in
for you.
order.
Albert Einstein is one. How about Ernest Hemingway?
All of these people are already famous for other reasons.
Other things.
Find somebody who's only famous for a Nobel Prize that you know his name.
You're just making us sound stupid.
Because you're stupid.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's how arguments work.
Right.
So
One
this
person
is-
is
No,
right and
you're-
one person
You're
is
making
stupid.
the pool sound stupid for saying Nobel Peace Prize. What's that? How about MTV Young People's fucking Award?
You made that
I'm gonna
assumption.
get a Nobel
You
Peace
did
Prize
that.
just for giving you thumbs up. So, yes.
I nominate you.
Yep.
You're
You get the
nominated.
Nobel Prize for tonight. So, this is what we're going to do. Email admin@dscdp.com, or you can just send us your questions through Twitter or Facebook. And if your poll looks good, we'll throw it on the site and tag your name on it, and it'll be on the main page, like submitted by so-and-so.
Jobi.
So we need more polls to kind of figure this out.
Joey
So-
just said if your poll looks good, and not one of you made fun of him.
not one.
Trying to
So-
get through this.
Giggity.
Chaille's just hoping we shut the fuck up so he can edit this and have it out in 6 hours.
Yeah.
All right. So the last thing is, fucking go to the Doug Stanhope Celebrity Death Pool store and get a T-shirt because they're awesome. And we got coasters and all kinds of stuff there. So yeah, hit the store up.
If you don't, you won't play next year. Because if you don't make this profitable for Jobi, I have a poll that says, let's bring this back to just us when this was fun. And we just did it here at the FunHouse. Oh,
Well,
shit.
I'm going to England.
Wait. I'm going to say this and I'm
Oh,
going to
here we
regret
go.
it. The winner
It's a great
of
caveat.
this year's, I'm saying it. The winner
No.
Yes. The winner of this year's DSCDP
Point winner.
site-wide
Number one.
gets to come to the FunHouse for a weekend.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well,
Hey, man, that's up to you.
out there.
I said it.
That's
It's out there.
It's out there. It is
I
out
thought we
there.
had a good time on vacation. I thought everything was
You know what it is?
I didn't say we'd be here.
He's
We
too
might-
he's too optimistic. That's what it is.
That's what it is,
He
man.
had
He's
such
too happy.
Yeah.
I fought to
doesn't know
make
the
this
reality.
private again. I enjoy doing it, but it's
I
so
don't
much
see
more
wh-
fun.
I don't see why you
I
don't
will
enjoy
put
it
that
like a
out there.
fantasy football. It's
It
fun
is.
to do the whole year.
I love doing it, but I hate how much work Jobi has to put
Mark
in.
and Gina put
So
in.
if you
I
make this
ignore that.
profitable
I
for
ignore
Jobi,
that.
if in 2019 you make this profitable for Jobi, yeah, you can
Well, what's
come
the
hang for a long weekend in Bisbee.
So you're paying for someone to fly out?
No, they have to
Oh, they
show
have to.
up.
They have to.
Hey,
Okay.
show up, but you got room and board while you're here, right?
Yeah,
You're
you get
giving
the
them a
fucking
place to
little
live in?
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
Okay.
the little
Okay.
house.
Wow.
Not
That-
you
that
and all
never
your
works.
friends.
Wow, that's
you,
pretty big.
you and a
Yeah,
plus
that's a big-
one.
That's
Yeah.
a big price.
There
a
you
big
go.
price.
That's
That's a-
the fucking.
Now, how do we
That's a
qualify
site-wide.
making it profitable? What does that mean? You need to have
No,
something.
he said site-wide points winner.
just a
site-wide-
site-wide. Okay,
Yeah.
because you just
Site-wide,
said it make it
But
profitable.
plus
well,
one.
but I think it will make it
Plus one.
profitable because
Yeah.
of the amount of people
Gotta have plus
trying to
one.
All right.
compete for that prize. Is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I would imagine.
And will you tweet this?
Yeah,
Oh, that'll
Totally.
be. Will that be his
Just
first?
trying to lay
will that-
things
will that be
down.
his first, will that be his first tweet since his hiatus?
Oh, have you tweeted?
No,
No.
he's been.
No, I'm
he's been
so
gone.
happy.
Yeah.
tonight I am going to go back through my phone and my emails and call back Dave Attell. I love you. Someone tweet at Attell. I haven't gotten back to you, but I will.
Podcast.
I want to. I'm gonna call back people, email people that I haven't talked to because I've been fucking completely. Oh, it's so good. God damn it, it's so good. That time we spent in Costa Rica, no internet, no fucking email, no Twitter, no. Once a day, I'd turn on my phone to see if Hennigan texted with an emergency. No. Back to a book.
6 pounds of my baggage, which was 29 pounds, was podcast gear that never even got out of the bag.
I wondered if
Like
you guys
that.
took
No.
podcast gear because
Greystoke. We said, hey, once we found out he's a Rogan fan,
Right.
Greystoke, hey, we'll podcast tomorrow and we'll
Never
plug
did.
your place. And then that's when he listened to my podcasts and my podcasts on
Rogan.
Rogan, where I was a guest on Rogan. He goes, I'm going to have to decline. And I go, thank God, because I already woke up, went, I was drunk and I said I had podcast. I don't want a fucking podcast.
They took
Vacation.
the pop-up vodka defense. We don't want you to endorse us, sir. Thanks anyway.
No, he just didn't want to be a guest.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah, no,
that.
yeah. For sure.
He's a pretty shy guy.
Yeah, no, I get
As
what you're
Tarzan
saying.
was.
I get what you're Holy shit.
All right, can we wrap this up so we can get out of here? I got to do
I
some
think
editing.
so.
What the fuck?
I'm going
I-
to England. That's the only other thing.
I had a-
Hopefully
I had
in
a-
a couple of months.
Oh, wait. One thing. I got. Hey,
Wait, is everyone got
let me
something?
let me
Yeah.
nail this.
Keep
Just
it going.
quick.
All right.
Quick.
Finish it out.
All the people sending us magnetic stickers for the airport shuttle van that I bought in a fucking sober October whiteout, I guess you'd call it.
Sober out?
It was instead of a blackout. I was doing sober
Yeah.
October, and I bought a fucking little airport shuttle van. Here's the phone number if you want to send us a funny magnetic sticker to put on the fucking van.
Use this phone number.
We got a burner phone number now. It's 520-223-9018. That's 520-223-9018. So whatever goofy thing that we can drive in a small town, it's not fuckyourkid.com. Or,
Yeah.
I thought
It's got to be clever.
I thought
Subtle.
I was a little punchy coming back from Costa Rica this morning, and I thought dial a frog. Actual frogs, uncensored, adults only. I will not remember that. So if you actually send that to me, I'll put it all over the van.
I've had people
something
emailing
silly.
me, and they're not like fringe people. They're like fans of that email me on the podcast, and they definitely have got. What's that number? I go, we're going to put it out there when we're all
Nice.
ready. So
There
that's
it
the,
is.
what's the number?
I'll
One more
say
time.
it one more time.
There it is.
520-223-9018.
Don't call it. That's the number you put on the magnetic sign.
Yes.
Don't call it.
We need more magnetic signs. We've had some funny ones sent to us, but you're going to put that number. That way we can play the messages that we get
Of
from your
unsuspecting
sign.
people.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
start coming up with some of these.
Yeah.
I got to think of some.
Okay, let's go to
No,
Jobi. Did you have
Joby
something
has
else?
one more.
I thought
No,
I
no, I
thought
think
that
that's
closed
it.
out.
Oh, that's it,
I
Chad.
think that
you had
closed
something?
it out. No, I think
We can say that, or are you
Yeah.
saving that for your Twitch?
Well, no, it was a death pool
Oh.
tip that I wanted to give to everybody.
Right now.
Do an insider tip. Okay. On Facebook, find relatives of the people who are dying. The press releases that come out are not going to be truthful about their status, but their cousin who's on Facebook will be fucking loving to inflate their ego by posting out there that their fucking famous uncle is about to take a dirt nap. So, relatives of dying people on Facebook is my tip. I shortened it down. It was longer than that, but I condensed it down
That's a good
to
one.
just a tip.
That's a good one.
That's
So,
a
there you
good
go.
way to burn an afternoon.
Yeah.
All right, I have to go call people that I couldn't call while I was away, and I have to email people.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I got something.
What?
I'm the last one.
Oh,
You're ready to wrap
sorry.
up.
I thought you were telling me to wrap up.
No. Chad's Twitch TV. You go check him out at twitch.tv/HD_fatty. Just go there, check it out. Once you test drive it, you will want to subscribe. And all you have to do is put it in the chat and he'll tell you how to do it.
Thanks, Chaille. Right
Also,
on.
YouTube episodes are they're back up. I'm doing it now.
Really?
Yeah, up to 284. And now that we're back, I've got the software. I'm going to start converting them here, so we'll get them out quicker.
Oh,
we'll be
sweet.
back up by next week. We'll be up to date. Thank you, everyone who's emailing me saying thanks for not dying, or I hope the next person who's doing it's not dying.
Wait,
I'm
you
not-
get those?
Yes.
Thanks for not dying.
Well, they think they thought the guy that died. I go, he didn't die, but it was a false alarm. But he's helping us get back up to speed. But we're doing it now. So thanks everyone for tuning in any way you can. Go to iTunes,
Absolutely.
leave comments about the podcast because that gets more people to listen to us. Go ahead, Doug.
And I'm coming back. I'm working on some shit. I got to get back out on the fucking road. To get back out on the road, I got a fucking plan. I got some shit going on. Rogan's got my back on some shit. I'll hold you to that, Joe Rogan. Bam! All right, enough said. We have some shit going on. Good night. Happy New Year.
Can you cut out that soundbite?
I'm a fan. I don't know. I'm a fan. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased.